2 Megapops is an achievement in Bloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to get 2 million or more pops with a single tower in the entire game. Armor piercing darts is on the menu as we are trying to do a 2 Megapops on the cabin. I would argue to say this is one of the more difficult maps when it comes to doing a 2 Megapop scenario on a beginner map, but some may probably say that it's actually easy. Before we get Geraldo, we need twin guns so that we can continue playing the game. Otherwise, we're going to be in a rut when it comes to our progression through this scenario. Round 12 is when we're going to be deploying down Geraldo for this scenario, and there he is. Always have some of these towers at the very back of the map to serve as our rear guard, even though they're not purposeful for popping balloons. It's just nice to have them at the back here rather than just in the middle of nowhere not doing anything at all. I sense round 15 is going to be very difficult because of pink balloons, so therefore we decided to put down an engineer monkey, which will one day be a lovely overclock. Overclocks are one of the best supporting towers in which you can have down for a 2 Megapop scenario, being able to permanently increase the attack rate of a single tower of choice is wonderful to have. Regrows, what are they? Airburst darts for increased poppage. Airburst darts split into 3 on impacts for massive popping power. Further enhances plutonium reactor. Well, we're not going to go up that route because we're going to go with the triple guns route today. Probably plutonium reactor another time when I want to pull my own hair out. We have triple guns, but we have no means of dealing with the camo balloon here. So we're going to be setting up some stack of old nails at the very back of the map. And hopefully they'll probably be able to get anything that might escape. Hope not though. We don't want them to escape. So round 26. We need to think about lead pops now. So we're going to be deploying down our alchemist here, but not just yet. I want to try and get the alchemist as far back as possible so that there's less of a chance for the alchemist to then pop Moab class balloons on this bridge over here. We will get advanced intel, don't you worry, but I'm just thinking about our immediate future right now. So can we put acidic mixture? Yes, we can, which is brilliant because we need lead pops, not just from our alchemist, but from the submarine itself. With advanced intel in place, we can see where we can and cannot hit balloons. So if we have towers up here, which means this will be able to actually pop them because of the fact that advanced intel means that whatever any other monkey can see, this can see as well. Armor piercing darts is on the agenda next, although some of these look like they're about to escape from the... no, they're not. We've got that extra bit of damage and popping power plus additional damage to Moab class balloons. Strongest stimulant or jungle drums? I think strongest stimulant is going to be the way forward next. Although leads are still a bit of an issue because of how this is not permanent, but just a temporary means of being able to get through the lead layer of balloons. When the acidic mixture dip goes, you'll notice it. Round 39 is going swimmingly, just these regrows left, and now we've got round 40 to deal with. So we can just about reach Moab up here. Very small amount, but don't you worry, we'll be putting glue gunners up here so that our vision will then increase. Jungle drums, and I honestly think radar scanner so that we don't have to worry about invisibility potion being put onto the submarine now. We now have a permanent means of being able to detect and pop camo balloons with our submarine here, just in time for round 45 for those camo purples, which are the stopper of some runs. 12 days of Christmas and my true love gave to me 12 stacks of ultra boost. Wait a minute, you can only put 10 on it, you dumb doongus. We have overclock, which we are fully utilizing on our armor piercing dart submarine. So the rest of our money, part of it's going to go towards an MIB and then the call to arms. Not homeland defense, because I don't think that is entirely plausible because we need that 43,200 on other things like balloon sabos and glue gunners. We really need those sabos and glue gunners. Absolute Zero is going to be out of our price range for this particular scenario. And I do fear that sometimes when you try and stack Glue Storm with Absolute Zero might take away too many pops if you are not careful with your usage. But through my discovery of trying to do this, there's something that I discovered with the two particular paths of the glue gunner which we use in our support run. So Glue Storm and Relentless Glue itself. If you are able to land a Relentless Glue on a Moab class balloon first, you can then put the Glue Storm on top of the Relentless Glue. But if you have Glue Storm on first, then you cannot apply the Moab Glue and the Relentless Glue on top of the Moab from there. So Glue Storm takes priority over Relentless Glue, but you can apply the debuff properties of Glue Storm to all affected balloons on the screen if, well, either way. So you could have Relentless Glue or not Relentless Glue on it at all. Okay, so we need that on there, which is very pivotal here. So, our first encounter, and I just realized we don't even have ourselves the Jerry's hot sauce on. But we'll fix that now, and we'll apply the sharpening stone on the next round, actually. So increase Pierce, which is very, very good. Jerry's Fire, obviously, for an additional means of pops. And the increased Pierce because, well, we can apply it to our sub here because it cannot by nature, by default, pop Rosen's, Laird's, anything that changes its sharp property. Oh, it's a bit of a struggle here in round 63. What else am I gonna need for this particular round? Ooh, Blue Hose, that sounds very good. Stick to more of these balloons, thank you. We'll get Glue Strike, and then we'll think about a Relentless Glue Gunner. Because we went with bottom path just to make our glues a little bit cheaper alongside Primary Mentoring, it means that these do not innate have camo detection, so that if any camos go along here, we would have to rely on the balloon. So, yeah, the balloon is getting into our range here so that we can actually pop them. We can fix that with a radar scanner, but I find that just to be a little bit too expensive, so I'm thinking that later on we'll apply some visibility potions on our glue gunners here, so that then it will share that camo detection for our advanced intel armor piercing dart submarine. Our next upgrade to go for will be Call to Arms. We're really going to need that temporary increase in attack speed and pierce count. Mainly, I think the pierce increase is going to be very vital because armor piercing darts without the middle cross path really lacks in the pierce department. This is not a submarine that you use for going through a lot of balloons, because the darts literally stop on like the first few balloons in which it encounters, especially with the airburst darts, where it just explodes upon impact. So that is definitely something to consider with this particular cross path. We won't use Glue Strike unless we absolutely have to, like let's say on round 76, when the ceramics may become too tough for us to handle. End of round 75, going quite well so far, although I think it's going to pick up in difficulty as time goes on with any other difficulty. Okay, they're all out, so now we're going to pop them all, and that is good? Question mark? Oh, I should have used Jerry's Fire on like round 75 or something like that. Because on round 84, Geraldo got to the stage where he gets the bed of hot sauce. You know what? Better late than never. That's what I say. And I think we're going to need more sharpening stone. Even though on round 81, we will get the better sharpening stone. But I think you can reapply if it's with better sharpening stone. But you can't reapply if it's with better Jerry's Fire, which is annoying. That's one thing that I kind of dislike about Jerry's Fire is that if you have the better one ready to put on a tower, you can't put it on the weaker version until that one expires. But with Sharpening Stone, I believe you can replace the one that just increases Pierce with the one that increases both damage and Pierce. So we're on the second half of round 78, all of these, and we've kind of swept up that BFB very nicely. Okay, so round 79. This is going to be a very interesting round because of all these regrows. Because of the BFBs on the field, it kind of soaks up a lot of Pierce, and that Pierce would otherwise be useful against all of these regrow balloons. Let's see. Call to arms is very close. Let's use glue strike now because we really need a little bit more time in order to both pop all of the regrows and get call to arms in place. There we go. That's brilliant. And you see the devastation that we're pulling off on these balloons? Mighty, isn't it? So, we are missing a little bit of range over here. So, it stops popping around that point. So, I'm thinking of a particular tower which we can put down that will not do damage against balloons. So, I'm thinking of a submersion support, which has done 1 damage. Right, time to start this scenario over again. This did not get any pops. I'm kidding. That 1 is not going to make the difference at the very end of the game. Right? Right? I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. Doubt it. Doubt it. Sound like Beetlejuice. I doubt it. Anyways, that does give us more range to pop stuff. There we go. We can apply the better sharpening stone, which increases both pierce and damage of these darts. Very handy to have. I do want the glue storm, but I feel like it's more important that we get some balloon sabos at this given point in time. We really need another ways of slowing down the balloons so that we have more time to use our call to arms. So this and this have good synergy. The balloon sabos enable us to use call to arms more often throughout the round, and balloon sabo enables us to slow down the balloons even more. Just because of the fact it will take longer for the balloons to reach the end of a track. And no, I don't want to remove the car at this given point in time. Later on, yes, but we really need every bit of money that we need. Every bit of money. Who would like for me to write my own original Balloons Christmas Carol? It will probably be very, very ear-straining and poisonous to listen to. I don't have faith in my own singing, but I'm sure some of you would appreciate that. Even though I would look back on it and think, nah, I wouldn't want that kind of thing. By the way, at this time of recording, it's December the 3rd. Or for some of you after listening, December the 3rd. Slow that down and apply the glue strike there. So I think abilities of the glue take priority over the physical activation of the glue to the balloon through the guns of the glue gunner. Round 86. Let's let the bottom path glue apply first, and then we will go with glue strike. Balloon sabo. Oh, we need to deploy more of those down. Let's get 4 of them down so that we have 100% uptime, because you need 4 of them because it only does quarter of a way when it comes to its cooldown. So have 4 of them on the field and you can guarantee to have it at all times as long as the balloons do not go into their children form. Because if they go into their children form, it means that the ability itself, despite being global, it's not actually global. Now that we have invisibility potion increasing the range as well as granting camera detection, we're going to apply these to both glue gunners here. This so that it can stick to DDTs, and this so that it can stick to the regrows that spawn after the DDTs are popped, which is the idea. So they can, by default, stick to regrow ceramics. So regrow camo ceramics that spawn out of the DDT. We don't necessarily want the scanner, because getting 2 of these is cheaper than the scanner from the village itself. Radar scanner, I meant. Keep applying these screens over here, slow them down as much as we can. Round 88 is going quite swimmingly well, but it's not always going to be this peachy. There are going to be times where it's going to be a bit raisiny, soury. I know raisins aren't that soury, but more like dry, like nuts usually are anyways. Round 90, our first encounter with DDTs in this run. Right, now that Relentless Glue is in place, let us put the glue strike in place. We have 4 balloon... We have 4 balloon sabos now up and running, which means hopefully at some point throughout the run there will be a balloon sabo active. I did think about putting these sabos within the trees where you can put towers down, but then we wouldn't be able to easily see the smoke coming out of the sabo, so therefore we won't know when it ends. Oh dear, we are running into some issues, and I think I know why. There's no sharpening stone applied at the moment, which will be very helpful with our endeavors here. Call to arms, please come back. Excellent. Call to arms is like that one really reliable person that you constantly rely on to get things done throughout the day. Without call to arms, we will not have the arms needed to call upon the battle. Keep on going now, please. Stick to them, make them a little bit weaker, more susceptible to damage. Every little bit helps. Even though it's just +2, if you have a lot of projectiles, then it really does add up. Like the Tack Zone, or the Blade Maelstrom, or just anything in the Sun Avatar. We could really use a Sun Avatar right about now. Right, that's much better going that time around. Okay, so DDT's still an issue here. Can we... Oh, that was pretty good against DDTs, actually. There's not damage we're lacking, but sometimes it's pierce that we're lacking on this particular tower. Also, do you like the new turtle skin that's coming to update 40 for the ZMG? That means every Moab class balloon now has a sea creature themed skin to them. Pufferfish Moab, lobster BFB, turtle ZMG, shark DDT, and whale bad. For those who invest in the game a huge amount outside of purchasing the game itself, you know which category you fit into. I could say things are going well, but I've said that in the past and things have not gone so well, so I'm not going to say anything until I have proven my point. Because right now, things could be going a bit better. I do want to use Glue Storm, but I really want these mowers to be stuck, please. There we go. I think they've all been blotched with the pink glue. Looks like Poipo or Naganago glue from Pokemon. So that stuff is really sticky from what I heard. Round 94. Keep on going. I don't want to use a Glue Storm just yet. Kind of want the Relentless Glue to try and stick to these, please. There we go. Now use Glue Storm. Okay, excellent, excellent. But Glue Storm is also very helpful for slowing down these ceramics, which we kind of need right about now. Oh, looking very tight still. Okay, let's use that. Once Glue Storm runs out, we're going to have a hard time when it comes to all this sort of stuff. Gonna need a tower over here, actually, so that this has a little bit of range over here. Perhaps just a village or a loose glue gun or sorts. I don't know right about now what I want. What I do actually want is to survive. So we're going to be using Sabo first. Then we're going to be using Call to Arms. We're going to wait until we use Glue Storm, because I really want to stick these DTs with a Relentless Glue first, and then think about Glue Storm for that extra damage. So I don't want the Glue Storm to prevent the Relentless Glue from being applied to the DDTs. And I think we are good? Question mark? Yeah, keep applying that. That's going to be very helpful. So that now that we have a Relentless Glue on these, which means Glue Storm should be able to apply to that and not prevent this from being able to stick to them. That's the idea anyways, but I really need Call to Arms here right now, please. Call to Arms. Oh, I hate this round. No, come on, please. Oh, the Glue Storm is saving my skin right about now because it is literally slowing down the ceramics. Let's use another Sabo. Don't run out, please, Glue Storm. I really need you to stay in there, please. Come on, keep going, keep going. And that's round. Excellent. Oh, round 95 is really stressful at times. I think it's about time we put down a snowstorm, just for the other means of being able to slow down the balloons in some ways. Like, it's only incredibly temporarily for the Moab class balloons, but that could be the difference of what we actually need right about now. And what we need is as many ways to slow down the balloons. Another Glue Storm, another Snowstorm. Lots of storms in place. Druid of the Storm, Operation Dart Storm, Super Storm. How many different storms versus the game have? Yeah. that kind of storm as well, where a single red balloon escapes. We're nearly there with around just a single ZMG left. Come on. Excellent. Now round 97. Now, the stacking with the glue gunners are really inconsistent. Sometimes Relentless Glue can stick onto a Marble Class balloon that's already been struck with Glue Storm, and other times it doesn't. Sometimes Glue Storm doesn't stick, but Relentless Glue does. I honestly think in Update 40, this really needs a revision, because the glues themselves are not stacking properly. Just like Brickles' naval tactics ability does not work well on all forms of water terrains within map editor scenarios. Like, sometimes they work, other times they don't. So I feel like when it comes to the game, there's always going to be some form of inconsistencies, which I don't like. I don't like a strategy that relies on luck, because luck is one of my least favorite aspects of any kind of scenario. I prefer certainty. I prefer a means of being able to do something and it repeats, rather than it being a complete coin flip. Okay, we're going to be applying that onto our wonderful friend here, and we're going to go from there. Invisibility potion ready for round 99 for when the abominations of the fortified DDTs come out, and also for regular DDTs around 100 too. So we're going to remove this cart, and we're going to apply the creepy idol over here. We actually get a little bit more range as well because of the creepy idol, because that also provides range for our advanced intel armor piercing dart submarine. Call to arms, I really need you now more than ever. Please come back to me. I don't wanna do this without you and your activation. Please, home call to arms. I cannot do this without you. This is looking very, very grim at this point in time. Please. Okay, at least we can do those. Blue storm, snowstorm. All these different kinds of storms. I'm glad Relentless Glue is sticking to these ZMGs at the back, because we really need to deal with these fortified balloons, but at the same time we can't ignore these ZMGs. There's 6 of these abominations to deal with, and they're all clumped up together. Makes it a very bad time when it comes to trying to deal with this all. Balloon sabos. This is really tight. I've got myself here, our Spike Storm ready for around 100, but I kind of feel like I need it at the very back just to remove some of these excess balloons. And why? Blue Storm has run out at the worst time possible. You've got to be kidding me! Blue Storm, why are you like that? Why do you have to run out at the time of when these are near the exit? I didn't want to, but we're going to have to break out the pickles for this one. I feel like we're doing a better job against the fortified BFBs and all their little underlings, but when it comes to these ZMGs, it's going to be another question. Yes, we can do more damage per dart, but that doesn't really equate to more damage per second because of the fire rate loss that we get. Although this thing shoots pretty fast anyways, but I'm still really concerned. A little better than we've done so last time, but anything is still up in the air. Anything is still possible, and we cannot afford absolute zero chance. I forgot to set up our spike factory over here and put this on you just so that you do a little bit more damage. Okay, call to arms, I need you now. Although there's a good synergy with the pickles in a way, it means we can kind of compensate for our lack of speed fire rate because of the pickles that cast. But we're cutting it close again, and that is what I'm fearing. We are really cutting it close. Once Glue Storm runs out, we're going to need to apply our Snowstorm just as a temporary halt, so that then we can reapply the Glue Storm. But yeah, this is not looking good again. The pierce has been soaked up because of the I don't know what you call it now with BFBs. Come on, please. Please, you can do it. Please, I beg of you, armor piercing darts. No. Oh, please. Glue storm. Okay, I think we might have it. No, this is soaking up too many pops for my liking. But yeah, Pickles has managed to do it. We're going to restart this round. If the most make it down here, then obviously for round 100, we have an extra relentless glue down here in order to cover our backs here. Because this can only do that, while this can cover down here. Also, it's in the range of this, so we don't need an invisibility potion down. The only reason why I put one down on this submersible support submarine is just so that it can cover more area. So we have a little bit more range for our advanced intel. Maybe it's not worth anything, but I think I'd like to have it on something rather than nothing. So here we go, round 99. Let us fly our balloon sabo down. Yeah, heavy fire, but guess what? We are dealing with it okay-ish. Snowstorm. Another sabo. Glue storm, please, which is incredibly beneficial to have around 100. Okay, fortified DTs are done and dealt with. It's just the rest of these now. Please? You can do it? Yeah, around 99 is less stressful around 98. Although in some other cases, around 99 will be more stressful around 98. Okay, here is the bad. Let's use the spike storm. And that should be the only one that we need to use, actually. So let's see how we're doing here. Do we need to use a... Yeah, we're going to use a rejuve potion so that we can use call to arms again. Another spike storm. Let's see. That wasn't the best timing to use it, actually. Let's use the glue storm again. We need to up an atom. There we go. Yeah, use Snowstorm as soon as the baddest pops. Freeze those DDTs in place. It doesn't apply with Permafrost if you go top part because of the fact that Snowstorm doesn't benefit that factor against mild class balloons. It's only when it's absolute zero that is the case. Let's see, slow them down. Where are we at? Yeah, we've got this in the bag. It's just a matter of survival now. Matter of surviving this ordeal. Do this slow motion. Come on, Overclock. Apply, please. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, we've got this in the bag, obviously. Do it again. And where are we at? Yeah, this relentless glue is kind of handy over here. And without a voice crack, we've done it. A 2 Megapops with armor-piercing darts. The downgrade of Sub-Commander. But guess what? We've done it nonetheless. So is triple darts possible? I would say it's much more difficult. Definitely the increased damage, the increased popping power, which I imagine is pierce, and plus that additional damage to mild class balloons is incredibly handy to have. Sharpening stone bug is still in place. I still don't know if the sharpening stone is still applied. But this happens when you exit out of a game and go back into it when sharpening stone is applied, and then it doesn't have a count anymore, and when it goes past this point it doesn't disappear. So yeah, I hope Ninja Kiwi fixed that so that it keeps its counter in place so that you can keep reapplying it. Because I don't know if the actual effect itself disapplies when the supposed counter goes away. But thank you all so much for watching. This has been armor-piercing darts 2 Megapops on the cabin. I'm looking forward to our next videos when we try and go over the remaining beginner maps which I've yet to do a 2 Megapops on. I've yet to do one on Tree Stump, In the Loop, Monkey Meadow, Scrapyard I've yet to do one on, I believe. Just done on cabin, obviously done a lot on resort. Skates yet to do one. Lotus Island done plasma accelerator on. Candy Falls we've done primary expertise on. Winter Park we've done Monkey Pirates. Carved we've done Apache Dart Ship and Sun Temple. Park Path yet to do one on that. Alpine Path yet to do one on that. Frozen Over, I think I've done one on this. I can't remember which one I've done though, but I definitely have done one on this map. Cubism we've done Pod on. 4 Circles we've done Permacharge and Churchill on. That's when the relentless glue bug was still in place where it can stall BFBs and ZMGs. Hedge we've yet to do. End of the Road we've yet to do. Also, middle of the road we've done Elite Sniper on. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please be sure to use my creator support code if you are ever on the store itself. It is thoroughly appreciative. Thank you so much for watching and take care of yourselves, everybody. I'm sensing update 40 will be very soon. Since the beginning of the event of this dread balloon, we've only been given 3 days rather than the usual 4 or 5.